In this project, we're going to teach Knight Rider some language. Now, how do we think it knows how to do that? You can see here I don't have a whole bunch of if statements checking for each possibility. So it's actually using machine learning on a model that I trained earlier. So today I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Okay, so the first thing to do is go to machinelearningforkids.co.uk. And you should have an account logged in already. If you don't, ask your teacher. I'm going to go to Projects, and I'm going to add a new project. This one I'm going to call Talking Car. Recognizing text. So, I'm not sure if you guys remember Knight Rider, but it was a car that you could talk to. And in my example, I've been typing in the box and then it knew what I meant. So, for this talking car project, we need to collect some samples that will make it go fast or slow. With machine learning, there are 3 steps. The first thing we do is we collect training data. Then we're going to train the model using the IBM Watson GPU, and then we're going to use Scratch to make a little program using that model. Training. Okay, so we use buckets or labels. I'm going to make one for fast and one for slow. And as the examples, I'll add things that somebody might say, like faster, go fast, like a rocket, in slow, like my granny. My granny's actually quite a good driver. But if your granny drives quickly, then you should put her in the fast bucket. Like a snail, so you guys should fill these buckets up with your own things, and that's how the model is going to learn. It's going to take these and it's going to make human sense out of it to turn it into something that the computer can understand. Okay, I added some more while you weren't looking. So you should have these buckets filled up, and then we're going to train the model using this Learn and Test. Train new machine learning model. Click that blue button. And as you might have experienced before, this is going to take a little while. So while it's training, I'm going to open Scratch and start my program in there. So I clicked Scratch, then Open in Scratch. And this yellow dot means that my model is not ready yet, but I can still start working on my program. Okay, so here I have a new Scratch project, and the first thing we need is a sprite. So you can use this paintbrush to draw one, but I'm not really much of an artist, so I'm going to load a picture that I have of Kit. That's better. It's a little too big though, so I'm going to change the size to, let's say, 40% of what it was originally. Okay, that works for me. Now I want to get it to move. So let's do motion and move. Put the flag on so when I click it, it'll run. There, it's moving backwards. Okay, so I guess maybe if I put a negative number here, now we're going forwards. But that's for each step, so we really want that to happen forever. And it drives off the screen. What I really want it to do is to bounce. And there's a nifty block for that here. If on edge, bounce. Make this positive. Let's make it a little faster. Cool. Alright, well, I like the way it bounces off the edges, but the upside downness is making me a little dizzy, so I think I'm going to use this rotation style. And now it's going backwards. Alright, over here in costumes, I can flip it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I can experiment by changing this speed. Here we have the granny driver. Here we have the person who's set up for a speeding ticket. Okay, So while I've been doing that, hopefully my model has finished being created. Talking car, learn and test. Okay, yep, it's done. So now I can test it out. In this little box, I'm going to put some text to see if it's recognized as fast or slow. So let's try granny. Recognized as slow. Pretty confident, 81%. That works for me. Bullet. Fast, good. Cop is watching. Okay, slow. We want to go slow if the cop is watching. Okay, so I think we verified that the model is working fairly well. Now we need to make it so that Kit actually changes behavior depending on what we type in. So I'm going to put a little box in here that's in the sensing area. So I'm going to ask, how would you like me to drive? Okay, let's test that. That looks cool. Like my granny. Ooh, that's pretty fast. Okay, so it looks like we need to put a conditional in. Those are under the control section. So we're going to have an if statement. Break that up. Come in here. We're actually going to have two, so I'm going to add my second one because we're going to check for fast text and for slow text. Okay, we're going to be checking if they're equal. And under more blocks, this is where the special blocks are for the machine learning. These are the special machine learning blocks. So I'm going to add a, if the test is recognized as fast, and in here, instead of text, we actually want to put the answer. So that's going to be the answer to this question. I'm going to display it over here. So like my granny, if like my granny, the label is recognized as fast, then I'm going to just put a printout so that I can see it for a second. Going fast. I'm going to test that. Okay, so far so good. Now I'm going to try the opposite. For slow, under more blocks, I need recognize text label. The answer is slow. Then let's say going slow. Yeah. Going slow like a bullet. Ooh, we might need to retrain that. But as you can see, no matter what I type, it keeps going the same speed. Now you should be going slow. So what I need to do is adjust the speed depending on whether the text is recognized as fast or slow. So for that, I'm going to make a variable called speed. And then, if the text was recognized as fast, I'll set the speed to 10. And if it was recognized as slow, I'll set the speed to 1. Okay, let's try that out. Still fast. I guess I ought to use the speed variable in here. Move speed steps. Okay, so now I'm able to change the speed of my car. So it's pretty amazing that this little piece of code is able to understand almost anything you can say, but maybe not quite everything. Hermes is the Greek god messenger. He was the messenger to Zeus. He went pretty fast. Yeah, I don't think Zeus would be too stoked about that. So I guess our model doesn't understand that word. So if you discover that you want to make some changes, you can go back here, talking car, and we can retrain the model. Machine learning engineers do this all the time. I'll put Hermes in fast, delete that model, train a new one. And you can tell when it's ready in your Scratch, because here it will say ready. I don't know why it's saying ready. Let's see if Hermes works. Still going slow. So we need to wait for this to finish. Right now it says it's training. When it says available, then you'll be ready to go again. Ooh, that was fast. Let's try it out. Yeah! Awesome. Okay, well, have some fun with that project and get creative. See you soon.